Good morning, everybody. My name is Anita. I'm sure some of you know me already. If you don't, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm here this morning with great excitement and enthusiasm to introduce you to my teacher of Angelic Reiki, Casca.
Hello. It's an honor to be doing this video with you today, Anita. And
Ah,
it really is. And it's, it's really quite special to be part of your journey, as it is for you to be part of my journey. The energy that that the Angelic Reiki gives us and brings into our lives is quite unlike anything I'd ever anticipated prior to actually doing Angelic Reiki. And I'm sure you'll agree with that.
absolutely. I can't even explain properly in words, and I try to with my students who I've told so many about you, explain just what transformation has
Yeah,
come just even with that idea, the moment that I decided
that's it.
that this attunement was for me, which was months before I actually finally met you in
I
person,
know.
how that initiated a whirlwind of change. And it was like I was this dam
Yeah.
about ready to break. Prior to that, having done the work that I'd done through the seasons of my life in my 20s and my 30s, and now here I am in the
Mm.
middle of my 40s, and just knowing and almost in certain ways dancing with the fear of the potential of the energy that could come through, the knowing, the
Yeah,
connection to the gifts that I came into this world with.
yeah,
And it was like gently this process, and you, I have to say, as a support and a teacher, kind of poked a little hole in that dam. And so all that was waiting for me, all of this preparation, started to come into rapid manifestation,
yeah,
but not so much that I couldn't handle
yeah.
it, with the loving guidance and support of both you and the angels. And I remember you said something during the attunement, like, and it was so powerful and so funny, but we were working with multidimensional healing, and she said, and you said something like, none of this crap about, am I making this up? And I was like, that was a block for me,
Yeah.
because I would have all this information coming through, and it was my own self-doubt. And somehow your words and your presence
Well,
just empowered me to use all of this that was building at the dam,
wow.
and recognizing that it wasn't about me, it was about the service that would come if I
Mm.
could allow this to flow, if I could own it, not with ego, but with responsibility, that
Yeah.
there was stuff there that was meant to help and to heal and to transform, and that I could be just this observer or steward, or I don't know what the proper word is for this energy.
A channel.
Yes.
A channel. Yeah. You know, it's a really interesting thing because I get a lot of people that come to me and they say, I'm really interested in Angelic Reiki, but I can't see myself working as a healer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important to emphasize that the Angelic Reiki journey begins with oneself, because
Mm-hmm.
he who heals himself heals others. Okay, we become beacons of light, almost like a really good role model for self-healing, because as we slowly start to shed and work through the shadows and become into alignment, so the people around us slowly start to do that too. Because if there are two things that Angelic Reiki really, really show us, the first is that we are one. Okay, the first is that we are one, and the second is to trust. And you mentioned that earlier, that from the minute the journey begins, that trusting of the angels and the trusting of our higher self is the most important thing, because the thing that we really struggle with is the ego. Okay, as part of our human experience, that is part of it. You know, a lot of people think, oh, ego, and they go, oh, negative. Absolutely not. The ego is a beautiful thing. It is part of who we are. But the challenge is not to be controlled by it. Okay.
Absolutely.
And you know, my background is in mindfulness. It's in, you know, it's in mental health. I understand the power of the mind. I really do. But through this practice, we learn to trust. We don't become the slave anymore to all the stuff that's going on. So the two things is that collection to actually go, wow, we are all one. And if I focus on healing myself, I'm doing a huge bit of charity work here, because I'm healing those around me too. You don't have to decide to do Angelic Reiki and go, okay, I'm going to become a healer and have a practice and decide to start having one-to-one clients. It doesn't work like that. It might not be your calling. But wow, we need to work in self-healing.
You know, what's interesting too is, like, I had that thought, is that so much of this, and prior to having the 3 distance sessions before I actually did the attunement, was so powerful because it was rapid fire, and beautiful, enjoyable work that had to bring me to that place where I could have the experience that I did during the attunement.
Yeah.
And on sort of the flip side of that, for those folks who are watching, because there are many that are students of other healing modalities, particularly
Yes, and I was too, like yourself,
that are looking for something to take that practice to the next
level.
step, right? To the next level, to experience more, that they've already felt like this is more than just channeling a universal stream of energy, which is always what's happening. It's always source, ultimately. But they noticed that there were specific frequencies coming through, specific beings, if you will, however you understand these really specific waves of information and energy coming through when they were practicing Usui. And something was happening, something was going on that was more than what was in the manual. And this modality brought that through with a level of clarity that I feel like one can really only begin to understand by receiving the session, and then, being in this field that the attunement opens up, that it creates and connects and solidifies this relationship that's always been there already.
Always been there. Always.
They're not up there. They're not out there. They're here.
That's
and
it.
They're waiting.
They're waiting. And, even more so now, like you, I was practicing Usui Reiki, always having worked with energy, working with Usui Reiki. It was the closest thing I could get to be able to, to do what I always felt I needed to do. But every time I was working, other energy was coming in, and I wasn't sure what was going on, if that made sense. I allowed it to happen organically, but I couldn't really, I couldn't kind of process it. Always having a connection to angels. For me, the angels have been there from as far back as I can remember. But since moving into the Angelic Reiki, not only are we working with angels anymore, it's the ascended masters, it's the galactic healers. So the knowledge that you gain from this is absolutely amazing. I expanded my knowledge. The ascended masters I had quite a bit of knowledge about. The galactic healers not so much. But since opened up to understanding about the White Brotherhood, and even moving even further to working with dragon energy and elemental energy, because there is absolutely no limit as to what comes through, because we are working with 100% pure light across all the dimensions. And what needs to come through for one person might not necessarily be another. You know, if, for instance, just this last week alone, I worked with a client where we had a fairy that came through, and the fairy worked literally over her crown chakra. And at the end, I said to her, you know, this might actually sound a bit out there, but there was a fairy present throughout your entire treatment. And she went, well, I love fairies. You know, so there was a connection there. I've had another client as well where I've had a Mintakan with my client throughout the entire process. So I had a being that almost looked very much like what we would call a mermaid. You know, with, you know, so we're allowing the energies to come forward, as long as they're 100% pure light, to work with the individuals that they choose to work to. And again, at this time, it's so important now that we are forging those connections, you know, bringing the consciousness, raising it and bringing it together. And this modality does that. It does that. And we are so lucky to be able to work with this energy.
I absolutely agree. You know, even the process of deciding to do this was so strange. It happened so instantly, because my teacher for crystals said, if you ever have the chance to do this angelic modality, do it. And I was like, angels, I have no disbelief, you know, nothing around it, but I was raised Hindu, like, not, you know, I wasn't expecting, you know, I was like, this is so strange, but I read the book and it made sense to me that these were all just frequencies of source, and that they come to us in ways that we can receive them. And I feel the angels, but also I've had, you know, my lineage is of Shiva, and he came, you know, came through prior to me ever receiving the angelic Reiki during different periods in my life, in a very strong energy, so strong that I couldn't contain it at different areas of my life. But now I feel he's present, and my body, my being is able to hold that vibration.
Isn't that amazing?
Just having had received the attunement. And of course, Ganesh, he's right here too.
Oh, amazing.
It's my son's.
Yeah.
He lets me use him sometimes.
Yeah.
But I felt his energy, and I was like, he's here with us. But it, you know, there's no limit. It's wherever you can find connection and that openness, and it's that 100% pure light. And that's such a huge thing. It's like you enter this world and it'll kick up whatever fears you have to process of allowing energies in, and who to trust and who not to trust, whether it's energetically or in the 3D. But this modality puts that life jacket on you, or that support around you, especially the process of preparing with affirmations, where it's like anything that isn't that, if your intent is there, you have no need to fear or to worry, that you're only working in this world of 100%, no room for error.
No, it really is amazing. And the beauty of what I do is I have witnessed people's lives transforming, and just getting more and more powerful as they are coming into their true purpose. You know, that's what this course does. It, you know, or I don't even know whether to call it a course, because the minute you decide, as you said, the minute you decide you are interested in it, already the shifts start taking place. It is really that powerful. You know, there's affirmations that we do prior to the course, and you know, before you've even picked up the affirmation, already the shift starts happening. I get people saying to me all the time, wow, I can't believe that from the minute I decided to do the course, I got home and found a feather on the floor. Or I keep seeing 1111 or 444. You know, these are the types of things that start happening, the signs that actually our angel guides are like, come on, let's do this.
Yes. So I want to just be a little bit aware of the time, because in my time, it's about time for my kids to wake up, because you know, we're in different time zones. Afternoon, yes. Afternoon where you are, it's early morning here. Um,
I still have
I,
my son here, actually. He's just come through.
Mommy?
Yes.
and Casca does the most magical meditations.
Yes, we're
To
going
help.
to do that now. Are you going to do a little meditation with us? Yeah.
And we'd like to do a brief, but I'm going to put links on my page so that you have the opportunity to practice with her. And the
Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
energy comes through. And just maybe a little bit for my own self-interest and benefit, I asked if Casca would pull a card for me and do a brief reading.
And I would love to do that. I'd love to do that. Darling?
Just so you can see how amazingly spot on connected this woman is, my friend. I'm so blessed to call my friend. But Casca, will you do a little brief angelic clearing meditation, grounding,
Yes,
and protection
definitely.
prior to?
Yeah, let's do that together now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So just take a really nice deep breath in and out. And again, in and out. And just bring your awareness to your breath now. Just using the breath as a tool to bring you into the present moment. And just connect to the ground now, either through your feet or through your seated base. Just feeling the connection to Mother Earth. Connecting to the whole body now. And just starting to visualize beautiful white light coming in from above and moving into the crown chakra. Moving down the face and neck, shoulders and arms, all the way down your body to your feet. Taking our awareness out now. So connecting to the emotional body. A really good way to do this is just by visualizing or trying to feel the air around the physical body. This is a wonderful way to connect to the angels and to the angelic energy. And we just invite Archangel Michael to come forward now, and we'll just do a short energy clearing. Archangel Michael, thank you for drawing near. We ask you please to cut our cords and release us from people, places, and situations from our past, our present, and our future. Inner plane healing masters, thank you for cauterizing and sealing each cord with love and light, and for filling any voids with love and light. Please place us in a white golden dome of protection, keeping us safe from energies that do not serve our highest good. And so it is. Okay, and when you're ready, just gently bring yourself back and open your eyes. Okay, I'm just going to connect to your energy, Anita.
It's always amazing how strongly I feel the energy with just a few moments of connecting.
It's really strong. Never really want to not be connected to it. Okay. Wow. Okay. I've pulled, I know that you know the cards that I've used. Okay, so I've used the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light, yeah, which are a really good tool for me when I teach Angelic Reiki, because these are an educational tool, I find. They, you know, for people that don't know too much about ascended masters and angels and galactic healers, these cards are the great tool, educational tool for that, because they are so full of information. Okay. The card that I got for you is Hilarion. Okay. And I feel really this could be for you and for I, because, you know, it's all about divine healing and honoring ourselves, okay, because we are really busy, okay, doing this work of service to our planet and to the galaxy, okay, and we already decided we were going to do this before we came back and incarnated into this life, all right, but there's a very important message here. The important message here is we still need to take care of the 3D. We need to take care of the vessel, which is our physical body, okay? And I know that you do through your yoga. So physical, you know, the physical body and through breath is all really important. But we can't pour from an empty vessel. Okay, and that is the message here. And what it means is it's okay to retreat and recharge. You know, Hilarion has a great story of, you know, going off on his own and living in a cave so that he could heal. When he inherited loads of money from his parents, he left it to all his brothers and to people that needed it. His devotion was to work with people and to heal, but he retreated in a cave so that he could honor his own energy to be able to do the work that he needs to do. And us light workers, do we need to take that and listen to that, because we're buzzing, doing all this healing work, but actually we do need to retreat sometimes and go, look, I need some time for me. And, you know, and that's, we're also having to work with family, our children, our partners, our friends, our extended family, because it's, you know, it never ends. The people and the love that we need to be giving, it starts with family, okay? Well, actually, it starts with oneself. But that self-love is key here. It's like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm totally okay before I'm able to spread my light. And that's the message here. And this is for you and for me, because, you know, us earth angels, we're buzzy, flap, doing a lot of work, which is amazing because we chose to do that. But hold up, we also have to honor the 3D. We have to honor the 3D and take care of body, mind as well. Okay, because the soul, we're doing that work, but we need to take care of the body and mind and retreat and rest when we feel tired. It's okay to go, I'm going to think about it and not answer yes or no first, and just retreat a little bit. Okay.
As usual, it's spot on. And I told you, I thought about writing down what I thought might possibly be on the edge. And it's connected, but you went a place where, you know, I don't necessarily like to think about too much.
I know.
You know, I'm having this experience now, which is a beautiful thing, of not being able to manage my calendar, because I'm actually going on vacation for the first time with a girlfriend, not my family and not my children, for the first time in 12 years.
That's
I'm
amazing.
going on a vacation. And so I have folks who are trying to schedule sessions prior to the 20th.
You're going away, that's it.
And a wedding. And I was like, this is going to have to be with me, because I can't control my calendar right now. Because when someone asks me if I can get them in, I say yes before I look.
Totally.
And then, you know, and this is growth and it's learning, you know, this is learning.
You've got to say, okay, can I get back to you? Can I get back
right to you? But you know, it's a big challenge for me. And then what happened was, yesterday I had plans to just be with my girlfriends for an hour last night. I got hit with terrible sinus headache and inflammation. Totally. And I was like, I'm making this a priority. I'm going to sit with them. And you know what happened was, it forced me to go to bed. at 8 o'clock last night
Yeah.
because, I feel like the angels are like, sometimes she's a little thick in the head, sometimes she gets it, and sometimes the physical body is going to be the message.
Yeah. Well, there
That
you
either,
go.
either you integrate, either you integrate it, or we're going to lovingly give you the opportunity to take what you need, because it's not an option for you to break
Yeah.
down and not be able to do the work because it's bigger than you.
That's it. That's it. And it's there. And, I love Hilaire. And whenever he comes up, I go, oh, actually, it's a very, very good message. We need to take care of the number one in order to be able to do everything else. And again, going back to that whole thing that we are one. Okay.
Yes.
So we are doing our duty as part of a collective by taking care of our body and soul.
Right, right. One can think that they're taking care of everybody, but we always miss one person. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
And, it's almost like this hypocrisy.
Mm.
If you love everyone, you can't miss one person.
No.
And yeah, but I always feel like, to hear it coming from you is so powerful.
Oh, thank
Because
you.
we need each other. We need this community. I also feel like this card is probably for those who, for whatever circumstances or happenstance, look at this video and they're thinking, how can I be the healer? How can I find that space within?
Yeah.
And how can I do this work? This is the modality, because I feel like they make sure of it in a way that I was unable to make sure that I had that time to recharge, because I've agreed wholeheartedly on a soul level, on a conscious level, to do the work that they lay forth for me.
Amazing.
And I can't do that without a healthy body.
No, you can't.
Without time to care for my children and my husband and my home and my family and myself. I don't believe without the angels I would ever have scheduled a trip without my family at this stage in our life.
It. Yeah, it's that having that total and utter faith as well, that it is as it should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think, let's have a little look at time. Oh, I can't really see on here, but I reckon we've probably gone time.
And I feel like the ambush of children and dog are
I know.
coming. I heard the dog and I was like,
I know.
Cowboys communicating with your pup.
I know. I'm surprised the cats weren't jumping all over the table as well. It's like trying to do a video and fighting the gauntlet at the same time.
Right. Well, that's the reminder, right?
That's exactly it.
We can do this work for a period of time, and then the rest of the work is waiting for us.
That's it.
And the rest is waiting too.
Oh, my beautiful student, friend, angel, I love you.
Until you come here, I just really can't wait until other people have the opportunity to see in you what I see in you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so looking forward to coming back. I have such a soul connection to America. So I can't wait to return. I cannot wait.
All right.
Okay. Have a beautiful day.
You too. You too. I will see you very, very soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.